Hi, my name is David Lesperance. I'm a lawyer specializing in wealth preservation. For over 20 years, I've been helping high net worth families and individuals preserve and protect their financial futures. One of the most effective ways that we do this is with something called a passport portfolio. In a nutshell, a passport portfolio is using multiple citizenships and residences to protect your assets and your lifestyle from the growing risks of today's world, both political and financial risks. And there's no doubt that these risks are increasing. For example, of the 25 most expensive disasters in recorded history, half have occurred in the last 10 years, and most of those in the United States. Once we could expect an extreme catastrophe every 5 or 10 years. Now they're happening every year, and in all likelihood, this trend will continue to worsen. You may not have given it much thought, but these extreme events do affect you today, and they'll affect you even more tomorrow. Why? Because the government has to pay for these natural and financial disasters, and that has to mean higher taxes. No one knows how the current financial crisis will be resolved, but many experts believe that we're facing a global meltdown on par with the Great Depression. Hopefully they're wrong, but you have to prepare for the worst. There could be drastic currency devaluations, freezing of bank accounts, confiscation of gold, which happened in the US in 1933, restrictions on movement of capital. Literally anything could happen. There are 3 pressing threats to your wealth and personal well-being. First, the threat of increased taxation. The wealthy get hit hard in the US. The top 10% of taxpayers contribute over 90% of the total personal tax revenue. The top 1% alone contribute over 40%. And that picture is going to get even worse because governments so desperately need the revenue. They need it to pay for all these disasters. They need to pay for Medicare and pensions for an aging population. And they need to service the exploding public debt. And where will they find that revenue? That's right. They'll turn to their best customers, and that means you. The second threat is litigation. Litigation is rampant in the US. 90% of the world's civil lawsuits are filed there. Even if you're just upper middle class, let alone wealthy, you're a target. And with a divorce rate over 50%, powerful asset protection strategies are vital to avoid a potential financial disaster. If half of your children divorce, you will lose at least half of the family's wealth if it's not protected. But it's also vital which jurisdiction has authority over the assets. Even the world's best drafted prenuptial is useless if one has residence connections in the wrong jurisdiction. A third threat is loss of mobility. Being able to live, work, or travel anywhere in the world is a benefit most people don't appreciate until it's denied to them. A minor criminal offense or being mistakenly included on a no-fly list can drastically change your life. Imagine your child vacationing on the other side of the world. Imagine they're asked for their passport the day after your government has taken a military action. And imagine if that action is unpopular in the country your child is in. You may think these are remote possibilities, but they happen to people every day. Remember, you don't get fire insurance because you think a fire is likely. You get it because if a fire occurs, you can lose everything. We prepared a checklist of dangers and risks you and your family may be facing. I urge you to click here and print out this list to determine which of these may apply to you. Once you've done this, watch my presentation on how can a passport portfolio help you to see how you can benefit from this strategy. Thank you.